Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our fifth in a series of Small Business Friday forums. My name is Tom Osa. I will be hosting the meeting for you today. We've been conducting these meetings every Friday at approximately 12:30 to help small businesses and the general public in Rockland County be able to navigate the economy that is emerging, especially during the unfortunate COVID-19 crisis. In addition to the many health concerns and our need to practice shelter in place consistently for the foreseeable future, we want to certainly make sure that as many people as possible get the information they need in order to successfully navigate their careers, successfully keep their small businesses in operation, and successfully serve the general community that they're charged with serving. A little bit about the Workforce Development Board. Let me just share my screen. Sorry, small technical issues. Moment, please. I'm just adding people in from the waiting room. I usually have two screens. Today I'm only using one, so just bear with me for a moment. I want to make sure that everybody is able to get into the meeting. Okay, I think we're good, and I'll just keep that open just to allow others to come into the meeting. As I mentioned, the Workforce Development Board of Rockland County is a sponsor for this event. I want to thank Executive Director Egbert Thomas for offering to sponsor these Friday forums. And it's really, we're not looking to get paid or anything like that. It's not like that. We really just want to get the information out there. I've been in technology for literally 20 plus years. And I think this is a vital time where we can share this information out. And the Workforce Development Board of Rockland County is a vital source of providing information during this COVID-19 crisis in Rockland County. Also a sponsor of the event is the Chamber Alliance of Rockland. That is the collection of all of the chambers of commerce all throughout Rockland County. That's Nanuet, New City, North Rockland, Suffern, Piermont, Pearl River, Nyack, Sloatsburg, to name a few. There's a few others that I didn't mention, but certainly thank you for your involvement. So just want to thank you guys for sponsoring this event. Our agenda is, as usual, we're going to keep it fairly simple. We'll try and get you out back to work or home within 45 minutes or less. Just talk to you about the purpose of the group. We're going to have a pre-recorded interview that we conducted at 10 o'clock this morning included in this broadcast. I spoke with Egbert Shillingford of the Rockland County Career Center at approximately 10 o'clock this morning. And he's going to talk for a decent amount of time about how people that are facing a downsizing or are currently unemployed can utilize resources provided by the Career Center to get ready for their next incarnation in the job search that they're going to need to conduct. Egbert will be speaking on that. I have that loaded up to YouTube, and I'm just going to basically share my that material from there. And then I'll also provide an update on a video that was provided by the Rockland County government, another YouTube clip, just very briefly. This past week, several members of Rockland County government conducted a video session with the Small Business Administration and several others talking about updates to the Economic Disaster Loan Program and the Paycheck Protection Program. So that's our itinerary for today. I see Deborah Thomas from the Workforce Development Board is here with us. Deborah, would you care to say a few words just to say hello?
I would just like to thank you, Tom, for continuing to help us to support our business community. I'd like to offer our thanks to the Chamber of Alliance of Rockland County. I would like to welcome all of you on behalf of the board and executive team of the Workforce Development Board of Rockland County. And I see several of our board members have joined us today. I'm thrilled to see that and welcome you as well. And I want to remind everybody to please continue to utilize the resource of rocklandwork.org. We update that daily. It's a font of information, and we work diligently to put out information about unemployment benefits, COVID-19 information, specifically targeted for both businesses, individuals, and employers. So please utilize that. As soon as we get the information, we put it out there for you. So make that be your go-to source. And I, again, just want to thank Tom, and I want to thank Bert for his presentation today as Director of the Career Center. And good luck to all of you. Call us if you need us. Thank you.
Thank you, Deborah. And I should note that we also have our Friday forums from the last 4 weeks loaded to the Workforce Development Board website, so you can access it through the Friday Forums tab. After this video is recorded, we'll be loading up this one to that same location. So thank you for your time, Deborah. We appreciate it. It's great to be serving on the board with you. You provide really great leadership. Our guest speaker today, it was a pre-recorded session with Mr. Egbert Shillingford, Director of the Rockland County Career Center. I'll go through a bit of his biography. He's been director since the fourth quarter of 2018. The Workforce Development Board is in charge of overseeing the operations at the Rockland County Career Center. Egbert has 30 years of experience working in higher education, a variety of different capacities, program director, career services, administrator, lecturer, professor. I also found out that he's an avid tennis player. Back in the day, I played a little bit of tennis myself, not very well, but I played it, and I miss getting out there on the courts these days, especially now. And Egbert is currently pursuing a doctorate in education. So I'll switch over to my my screen here. We have this pretty much all set up here. All right. So and if anybody could just maybe hop off of mute and let me know if you can see the video in full screen. I want to make sure that I'm doing this right for everyone. Is everybody able to see that?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so I'm going to stop the share, and then I'm going to restart it so that I can include my computer audio. So the screen's going to go dark for a moment, and then we'll come back and we'll start the video. Joining us today is Mr. Egbert Shillingford. He's the director of the Rockland County Career Center, which is located at Rockland Community College, and the college is located in Suffern, New York. It's a wonderful college. I actually, my first 2 years of college, I attended there before I transferred, and the transfer credits are very robust there, just as a side note. It definitely helped me out early in my career. So Mr. Shillingford, thank you for joining us today.
It's a pleasure.
A little bit about Mr. Shillingford. He's been the director of the Career Center since the fourth quarter of 2018. Typically, the Workforce Development Board oversees the program that is conducted at the Rockland County Career Center. Mr. Shillingford has 30 years of experience working in administration for higher education in a variety of capacities: career service, professor, program director, athletic director, lecturer, currently pursuing a doctorate in education. And offline, I found out that you're also an avid tennis player.
Yes.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to get out there soon, right?
Well, I hope. I mean, with COVID-19, who knows? I mean, right now, the main concern is the health and safety of all.
Amen. So I'll turn it over to you. We've put together a small agenda for today, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about the Career Center.
Sure. Well, the Career Center main location is at Suffern, New York, but we also have a satellite office in Haverstraw. And we are in a position to assist job seekers as far as resume writing, interviewing, mock interviews, workshops, networking. So we do a variety of things. But now with COVID-19, we have to do everything from a virtual standpoint. And virtual is taken away from that personal touch, as I see it, because our business is a people business. But now that we are virtual, that takes away a little bit of the personal touch. But it doesn't mean that we stop doing what we do. We still continue doing what we do, and we try our best to satisfy the customers, satisfy the clients. So basically, we help with the resume writing. We help with the computer workshops, whether it's Excel, Word, PowerPoint, interviewing. We do mock interviews. So before the COVID-19, we did a lot of job fairs. We do mini job fairs, and we did a large job fairs. Some of the mini job fairs, we targeted industry specific. And the large job fairs, we usually have one in the fall, which is in Spring Valley, and one in the spring, also in Spring Valley. And we also do a huge one over at the Palisades Center. We do one in the fall and one in the spring. Unfortunately, we are not going to have the job fairs because of COVID-19, but I would love to have a virtual job fair where I invite employers and send out make a poster, put out a blast, and I'm quite sure I am going to get the assistance of Tom, which he promised me as far as putting together that virtual job fair. And I really look forward to it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Tom. And besides the virtual job fair, as I mentioned earlier before, we do workshops. So doing virtual workshops, to me, is also the way to go at this point. So those are some of the things that we are looking to do right now.
Mm-hmm. How are you in the idea of creating a virtual job fair? Do you, obviously you're in the midst of researching this and such. Do you envision that it'll be live interviews or phone calls? Is there any sort of methods that people are going to be used to connect to each other one-on-one, interviewee and interviewer?
Well, I think it will be a combination of both. I think it should be live interviews and possibly some form of a Zoom or a connection as far as something that is computer related, something that you could connect easily with the job seeker. This is new to me. I have never really done a virtual job fair. So I am looking for the experts to give me the advice as far as what's best. Is it best to do just a call in, or is it better to do a Zoom? I am still looking and searching to get the what's best. Whatever is best for the client and best for the customer is what we're willing to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the technology is still tricky. You hear horror stories about Zoom being misused. Zoom has done a pretty decent job of adding some additional features to do lockdown to prevent certain things from happening. I think it'll be interesting to handle a large number of clients. In past years with the regular job fairs, how many people are typically in attendance?
Well, in past years, for example, the Palisades job fair, it's usually massive because it's held during the time when people are shopping. So everyone is basically stopping by, to even onlookers who would like to see, well, what's going on over there. So from the Palisades job fair standpoint, the numbers are usually much larger than the Spring Valley. So from the Palisades, I would say easily are in the 150, 200, easy. Mm-hmm. Spring Valley is a little bit different. The numbers at Spring Valley is much lower. The employers are always present. We always get a very good showing with employers, but from the applicant standpoint, in Spring Valley, that number is usually lower. And when I say lower, talking about 50, 60. compared to the Palisades, which we are talking about in the hundreds.
Gotcha. And how many employers typically?
Typically, employers anywhere from 30 to 35 employers, especially in the Palisades. We are limited to the number of employers. They pretty much dictate how many employers we could have. And in the past, we have anywhere between 30 and 35 employers at Spring Valley, at the Palisades, I'm sorry. And then at the Spring Valley, we try to maintain the same number at Spring Valley. And it's usually, yes, and it's usually very good turnout as far as the employees, always a good turnout.
So capacity in terms of, I mean, you know, the employer is there to recruit at least one person, and skill sets notwithstanding, it sounds like there's more supply of employers at the job fairs at the moment than demand. So it seems like your service is not yet utilized enough, where you need more prospective employees to come to the program, and this is the perfect opportunity for the general public to know about it in Rockland.
Right. Well, they might be a shift, but prior to COVID-19, there was a lot more jobs available than actual applicants for the job. But now COVID-19, with a lot of layoffs and a lot of folks losing their jobs, there might be more applicants available than actual jobs. So there may be a switch. I'll give you case in point. On a weekly basis, I'm getting reports from different employers that are laying off every week. And it's called, in the DOL, it's called a WARN report, WARN. And that report comes out and it basically highlights all the employers that are laying off in the immediate area. So unfortunately, I have received quite a few, anywhere from employees in the Palisades Center to employers who are all around, spread out all around the Rockland area. So what I have noticed, there is a lot of layoffs, which means a lot of people are looking for employment. The layoffs, hopefully they're temporary, because the employers did indicate that they are willing to bring the employees back pending business is back to normal.
Right. Yeah, that's a big business is back to normal. You know?
We just don't know. We don't know if this is the new normal, because if this is the new normal, then we have some major employment issues.
And that's where I think the virtual part of not just the job fairs, but employment in general, the work is going to be much more virtual, much more remote, much more online networks in order to get things done. But there's just some things that can't be done virtually. I mean, you know, when you're delivering groceries, or when you're preparing food for general clients, I mean, there's definitely some human-to-human efforts there.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, even from an education standpoint, a lot of students are not computer savvy, where they're willing to take classes online. And that's the reason why they opt not to take online classes, but to take classes in person. But all of a sudden, everything is online. And as a student, you may say to yourself, well, wait a minute, I didn't register for this. I didn't register for online. So now education have to re-engineer how they do things, even from an in-person online standpoint, because if you have a situation whereby you switch online totally, and usually the online classes are much less than the in-person classes, the educational institution may have to make some kind of adjustment as far as tuition. They may have to look at and a lot of institutions of higher education they have absolutely went that route, whereby they have made that adjustment in tuition.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen. And just the idea of having even more packed classrooms. I know that I have several friends, obviously, that are in education, and you typically see that the classrooms are overwhelmed. It's not just 10, 15 students anymore. Sometimes it could be 30, 40 students. And having an online forum where it could potentially be hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll definitely put pressure on the teachers, the faculty. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of, let's say, controls there are to make sure that the education is top notch still.
Right. And to add a little further from the education standpoint, I recently got a call about a couple of days ago from a gentleman who's involved in employment. And the call was all about how do we collaborate with higher ed? For example, STAC, St. Thomas Aquinas College.
Mm-hmm.
They have a graduating class like every other college. They have a graduating class, and that class will be looking for employment. And there are limited employment available right now with companies laying off and continue to lay off. And then there's a class coming out right now. They are at a position where it is going to be very difficult. So they reached out to me, and I have a scheduled meeting next week talking about partners in the community. So I have a meeting scheduled next week with folks from St. Thomas Aquinas to see how the Career Center could assist them in placing their graduates. So that's some of the collaboration that we do as a Career Center.
Gotcha. If somebody wanted to start seeking a job today, we had talked a little bit before about beginning the job search.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of reminds me way back when I was taught for BOCES thus far for about 20 years almost, a little shy of 20 years. Early on in my BOCES teaching, I worked for Next Steps, which was basically helping mothers that are coming back into the workforce be able to get the right tools, the educational tools to do their job searches and gain employment. So from your perspective, since you're part of that space, building employment, what is the essentials for beginning the job search?
Well, employers look for two things. They look for technical skills, and they also look for soft skills. The technical skills is having the knowledge to do the job. And how do you express the knowledge that you have acquired to do the job? It starts with a resume and a cover letter. A lot of the individuals who are being laid off now, they may not have the experience for job searching. So as the Career Center, what we do, we are positioned to help you with putting together your resume. And with a resume goes a cover letter, just explaining briefly who you are. So we at the Career Center will assist you with resume writing, with cover letter writing. But not only that, you have to also review, revise your documents before it goes out to an employer. Because you do not want to send a cover letter and a resume that is poorly written with grammatical errors. That's problematic. Mm-hmm. So there has to be a review. There has to be a revision. In addition to the resume writing and the cover letter, we would also assist with interviewing skills. And I always suggest to potential job seekers, before you actually get that job that you're looking for, it's important that you do some interviewing, some mock interviews. So we will assist you in doing some mock interviews. Mm-hmm. But most importantly, the most important way in getting a job nowadays is the networking skills, the power of networking. Who you know. What you know is very important. Don't get me wrong. Yes, you should have the technical skills, but it goes a long way to know someone within the company. So it's important to try to develop some form of a social presence. And when I'm referring to a social presence, I'm looking at LinkedIn, developing a LinkedIn profile, because a lot of businesses use LinkedIn for their vacancies. So I strongly suggest in trying to create a LinkedIn page. But besides creating a LinkedIn page, there are lots of webinars available. Lots of webinars. Google should be your friend.
Google should be your friend.
That should be your friend, because there's lots of webinars available. Resume writing. This week alone, I attended 2 webinars on LinkedIn. And the webinars that I attended on LinkedIn are, one, I attended a webinar that talks about helping your clients stand out to recruiters. The other one was using LinkedIn for business services outreach. So, and those are free. You don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's free. And especially now when things are so hard.
Well, and what else? I mean, there's certainly less time and need for commute at the moment, so one can leverage that hour to hour and a half going back and forth to their job and use that as their educational piece for the day.
I agree, because and you hit on a key point, educational piece, because education is all about learning. It's a lifelong learning process. So if you could apply that while you're at home, and now that you're at home, and some of you may have been laid off, use that opportunity to prepare yourself for that next job. And using that opportunity talks about resume writing, cover letter, interviewing, networking, developing those skills. And understand you have the knowledge, you have the capability to do the job. But employers are not only looking for this, employers looking for the soft skills, the ability to work as a team, just the ability to get to work on time and doing a good job. It is that simple. So those are the things that we educate the clients on. Those are the things that we assist them with constantly. I touch base with my career specialists on a daily basis, making sure that they're doing some of the things that I just outlined. And on a weekly basis, we have a weekly meeting that we go over what took place the week prior, just making sure that we still on top of our game. And I said a game because interviewing is like a game. And you have to be in the game in order to win it. If you're not in the game, you don't stand a chance of winning.
You got to be presentable. You got to show value to the employer or to whoever you're going to be doing the work for. You got to show value in that interview. The first chance to make that first impression is the most important.
Oh, absolutely. And you only have 30 seconds to make it. And 30 seconds could either make it or break it. And within that first 30 seconds, if you're not dressed the part, you don't look properly, and you don't express yourself properly, just that first 30 seconds, it's either going to make it or break it. So why don't you make it? You're in the door. Make it.
Yep. We only have a few minutes left. I wanted to hop into some potential next steps for anyone that finds a need for Rockland County Career Center services. Maybe some things you could let people know, Mr. Shillingford?
Oh, yes. We are, though our doors are not open to the public because of COVID-19, we are open. You can reach us at any given time. You can reach us either by email or you can reach us by phone. And if you want to call us by phone, we are manning the phones every day. And the number is 845-406-6530. And here's my information that's listed below. And you can even email me. I mean, I'm fine with the email. You can bombard me with email. I mean, we're here to service. We're in the service industry. So you want to email me, it's Shilling without the G. It's ESHILLIN at SUNYRockland.edu. We're here to service you. We're here to help you.
Wonderful. Well, it was a pleasure speaking with you this morning, Mr. Shillingford. I appreciate that we were able to do this early. I know you have an appointment at the time of the actual posting of this meeting, so thanks for meeting with us early to go over the Career Center's capabilities. And we hope that a lot of people that are watching this right now will be able to contact the Career Center if they're looking to take those first steps toward gainful employment. So, yeah, thank you.
Well, I thank you. It's always a pleasure talking to you, providing you with information, providing the public with information, and understand the Career Center is here to assist you in your job search. This is what we do. And though we are not physically able to do it, but we will, and we are going to continue to do it virtually. Thank you for listening, and we do hope that we'll be hearing from you.
Wonderful. All right, I'll post the email information at the close of this video. So thanks again, and I'm sure we'll talk offline a little bit more.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Okay, for more, let me just bring my video back. For more information about the Rockland County Career Center, you can visit them on the web at rocklandcountycareercenter.org. The really interesting part of what Mr. Shillingford was talking about, there's not enough people that are utilizing the Career Center's services at this point. Even before the COVID-19 crisis, more employers than prospective employees. And that's at the job fairs that were conducted before this crisis. We're going to do a little bit of work with them to see if we can put together a virtual job fair, maybe find the right tools and be able to build something that's going to be, in my opinion, extremely necessary over the coming year. So certainly check in with them, rocklandcountycareercenter.org. Contact information on here, 845-406-6450. Next on our agenda, wanted to bring up just a quick update on the COVID-19 Small Business Administration Economic Disaster Loan Program. There have been some adjustments to that program over the last few weeks. As we had mentioned on several different videos prior to this in previous Friday forums, the criteria and the application process has adjusted over the period of time. In week one, it was apply as quickly as possible to get a quick $10,000 economic disaster assistance loan. That was for any business that anticipated that they were going to suffer some sort of downturn in their business activities. Thereafter, about a week thereafter, the payroll protection program, the Paycheck Protection Program was announced. And this was a program that is largely facilitated by various banks that are accredited lenders all throughout the United States. The criteria for both programs have changed over the course of time. On, I believe it was Tuesday, let me just make sure, it was on Wednesday, April 15th, if I am getting that date right, the Rockland County Executive conducted the second of various small business info sessions with a gentleman from the Small Business Administration. I'm not going to play the whole video for you. We will post it to rocklandwork.org. But here is a bit of footage from the Small Business Administration representative directly.
A couple of general updates on SBA lending. Only loans over $200,000 now require collateral. That number used to be $25,000, so big change for SBA to change the collateral requirements. SBA will not decline an economic injury disaster loan for lack of collateral, but they will require access to your existing assets as collateral, your receivables, inventory, machinery, etc. You might think, well, you know, I've already got somebody with a lien on my equipment. That's fine. SBA will take a second position. They need some security. Having collateral doesn't guarantee that you'll get a loan. The credit history of your business is going to be a factor. Your personal credit history is going to be a factor as well. A couple of other specific things that they have changed. You must have a physical presence, in our case in New York, such as a building, a warehouse, a home-based business. The home does count as your physical presence. A mobile unit, route trucks, things of that nature. It can be a barn as long as, again, you're not 50% of your revenues derived from growing. You can have a P.O. box for your mail, but if you do not have a physical presence, you will not qualify for an economic injury disaster loan. Again,
So I just wanted to add that snippet to our conversation today. It's really, really, really important, more than ever, to make sure that you're kept up to date on the changes for this program that is run both through the Small Business Administration, the Fed, and various accredited lenders all throughout the United States. Another very interesting piece of information that I found out is don't apply to the same program twice. So let's say, for instance, if you are applying for the Paycheck Protection Program and you go to a particular bank for this application and they begin the process, loans are being delayed because more and more information is going to be necessary as the loans are doled out. If you become frustrated and decide randomly to go to another bank and apply for that same loan, that could actually delay your application process further. So only apply to one bank at a time and try to go through as much of the process as possible. You should also have all of the documentation that the bank asks you for, as well as the Department of Treasury and all the individual constituents. You should have all of that material put together and ready for processing. Missing just one document could potentially delay your application processing by days, weeks, I don't want to say months, I don't know, but any sort of miss of information will certainly make the delay a little bit more tangible. So certainly check into that video. It was very useful. It was the second in what I think will be a series of small business info sessions from Rockland County government directly.
Tom,
Yes.
as of yesterday, the PPP is no longer accepting applications. They, if your application is in, they will be processing, but they are no longer accepting applications because they've been overwhelmed. They're hoping that there'll be a second round of funding for that program, but right now there is no more resources left.
All right, I'm glad you mentioned that. I didn't even realize that until you just said it. So no more PPP loans at the moment. We're just about winding down. It's almost 45 minutes. So let me just see if we have any more slides here. I think that should be the end. Okay, so our proposed next meeting date, as always, we're going to try and do this on Fridays all throughout the month of April. It's going to start at 12:30. We'll try and get you back to work or home by 1:15 or earlier. I want to thank everyone that has participated in these meetings thus far, and also those of you that are watching the video thereafter. Please share this with your constituents, your colleagues, your friends, your family, if need be, so that we can get the vital information out there. Again, I want to thank the Workforce Development Board of Rockland County. These individual Friday forums will be posted continuously to the Workforce Development Board website, which is located at rocklandwork.org. Thanks for now. As I always say at the close of this, we will get through this together. God bless you, and please stay safe and healthy. Take care.
Thank you.